fuel stop in, throw some throttle to it, neutral. It's pretty cold, it's a little stiff. It's about 9 degrees Fahrenheit out here right now. I have no idea what that is Celsius, but cold. Okay, well, let's jump in the other tractor and go do some work. All right. Let's see if old John Deere wants to start. Give it some throttle, park, neutral. Yes, I know the dash is broken. It happened during hay season when Brandon was running it. I don't know how it happened, but it happened. Well, I guess we have 2 tractors to fix tonight now, don't we? Alright, so I'm having a little bit of fun with this. You guys know we rebuilt the water pump on this tractor, reinstalled it, and after reinstalling it that night, the tractor would not start. I did a lot of diagnostic work off camera, and what I found was the lift pump had failed. Now, the fuel system on this tractor and many other older mechanical diesel engines, whether they were in tractors or trucks or any number of things, had 2 separate fuel pumps in the fuel system. You have what is known as a lift pump, which is what I am working on now. The lift pump takes fuel from the tank and sends it through the filters to the injection pump. The injection pump takes that fuel, pressurizes it way higher, and sends it to each individual fuel injector at the right time. Now, I determined the lift pump on this tractor has failed. So one of the comments that I get the most, if not the most popular comment I receive here on the channel is, hey, do you have anything that actually works? And the answer is yes, we do, of course. But when stuff breaks, I don't edit that out because, I mean, it's kind of interesting. Yeah, there's a lot more to farming and ranching than just equipment repair, but I mean, we all know there are people that just watch NASCAR for the wrecks and, you know, they just watch hockey for the fights. So if you want to see some broken equipment, you can absolutely, usually, find that right here. It's just one of the things that kind of comes with the territory when you are a first generation rancher running older, more mechanical, less fancy, higher hour equipment. Now you can see here, this is our original lift pump, and we're going to talk a lot more about this here probably in another video, because these lift pumps are extremely simple devices. I should have taken this fitting loose before I took the pump off. That would have been smart. I'll put it in vise here in a minute. But this is our brand new lift pump, and we want to make sure it's clocked the right way. It is. This is an Amazon special. I will actually put a link down in the description to this lift pump on Amazon, so if you have a Massey 1135 and this goes bad, you can go buy the same one I did. If you buy this lift pump through that link, or any other product on Amazon through that link, Amazon throws the channel a small commission just for sending you over there. You pay the same price on Amazon, but it does help the channel out a little bit. So if you want another way to support the channel that doesn't cost you anything extra at all, that's a pretty good option. Just click the link in the description and head over to Amazon and buy everything your heart desires, even a lift pump. So we got our new lift pump in. Now we're going to come around here and start bleeding air out of the fuel system, and we're going to start right here where the fuel line goes into the filter housing assembly, just so we can get all the air out of that line and make sure we're getting good fuel into the filter housing assembly. Well, I guess that's it for that. This is not quite going according to plan, but that's kind of life, isn't it? Come on, fuel. So the way this lift pump works is the cam drives that little lever on the back of the pump, and that lever moves up and down, and it works a diaphragm inside this pump up and down. The diaphragm pulls fuel through a check valve from the tank, that way it can't escape from the pump and go back into the tank, and pushes it out through another check valve over to the filter assembly. Right now, what I am doing is operating the manual priming lever on the side of the pump. This does the exact same thing that the lever does at the cam drives, in that it works the diaphragm inside up and down, creating a pump. Who would have thought? So we're actually going to attempt to rebuild that old pump at some point, because they are really simple devices and the dealership could not get me a replacement unit. That's why I ended up buying the Amazon special we're dealing with right now, because all the dealer shows in their computer system for this tractor now, 40 some odd years after it was built, is a rebuild kit. So we will probably rebuild the old one, but for tonight, I really need this new one to do something. Pumping diesel would be a nice option. What the crap, tractor? Over down on me. This is not what we were hoping for. Alright, so we've let the battery charge up a little bit. Still not really seeing a lot of fuel. So there is no spark system to ignite the fuel in the cylinder. Instead, the engine uses the heat from compression to ignite the fuel and cause the tractor to run. Now, this tractor is very cold. It's like 9 degrees Fahrenheit, I think. I'm not exactly sure, but it's really cold. So if I had any more starting fluid, any more ether, I would use it. But I'm out, and I'm not about to drive into town just for that. So this is another kind of old style trick you can do. We need heat. Now, we do have a block heater. I don't know if it works. If it does work, I could plug it in, but it would probably take a couple of hours to heat all the coolant and then transfer that heat into a very cold engine block, and I don't have a couple of hours. So what we're going to do is a little bit of a cheat, a little bit of a trick. But we're going to take a heat gun, this high quality Hazard Front Tools heat gun, and we're going to shove it in the air intake just like that. Now what that's going to do is, as this engine turns over, it's going to be drawing in hot air that is immediately going to help warm up the cylinders, ignite the fuel, and hopefully get this thing to start. If you run out of starting fluid, if you're really careful, you can throw a little propane to it. this one runs. The water pump doesn't leak, the lift pump actually pumps, and well, other than putting the side panels back on, I'm gonna call this tractor done. Now, I was gonna mess with the John Deere tonight, but because I'm gonna take this one and actually go start using it right now, I'm gonna let the other one wait. We're gonna be putting some LED work lights on this tractor probably in the next video, so subscribe if you haven't. Thanks for watching, and more later. What are you doing?